Last week, this time, the majority of the cricketing world sees the two test matches between the West Indies and Australia as two glorified warm-up matches for Australia before they take on South Africa in the three test matches to follow the West Indies tour. And while only 40,000 persons watched the match live at the stadium in Perth, the entire match, it is expected that at the Adelaide Oval, more than 40,000 persons are going to turn up for the first day. It is no longer too glorified friendly, but it is serious test business thanks to the performance of the West Indies batsmen. Hello and welcome to the Cricket Forum. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you had a wonderful morning, a good night rest, and are looking forward to today. As promised, I am going to pick my 11 for that second test. Some of these names are forced, or maybe all of them are forced. But I'm going to pick my 11, and again, this is my 11. This is the 11 that I would play. The openers are a no-brainer. We are going to go with Brathwaite and Chanderpaul. Everyone will agree with me that Chanderpaul and Brathwaite will open in the second test unless there is an injury. There's no brainer for the openers. The openers is a given. At number 3, and this is where the first surprise comes in, because we often heard that if you do things the same way, you should expect the same result. So I'm going to change up things a little and to see if I can get a different result. Now at number 3 will be Da Silva. Joshua Da Silva will be at number 3. So far, Joshua Da Silva have played 17 test matches for the West Indies. He averages 24.81 and he has 1 centuries and 3 50s. In that test match that West Indies won against England, Joshua Da Silva came to the crease with West Indies 96 for 6. 96 for 6. England was bowled out in the first innings for 206. And Joshua Da Silva came to the crease, either 206 or 204, one of them. And Joshua Da Silva came to the crease with West Indies at 96 for 6. Blackwood was just out. And Ian Mayers steadied the ship, and then with a partnership in Roach and another partnership with Joseph and another partnership with Seals, managed to record his first test 100 of 100 not out. His techniques look solid, and we see that he has a good techniques, and we appreciate Joshua Da Silva techniques. And that is why I am putting him at number 3 for the second test match. I think that, in my opinion, I think that he can manage number 3, and with not having to bat with the tail, but batting with proper batsmen and knowing that he has a long time to bat, I expect Joshua Da Silva to perform at number 3. So in my test team for the second test will be Joshua Da Silva at number 3. At number 4, I'm going to have Brooks. Brooks, who have played 12 test matches and averages 24.77. He has 1 century and 3 50s, just like Da Silva. Now, he came in as a concussion substitute for Bonner in the first test. Imagine sitting there in the pavilion, don't have your mind on the match any at all, and 1 hour after, you're out in the middle batting against probably one of the best bowling attack in the world in their home country. He made 33, and although I think in the second innings he played a little low to be out caught for 11 at first slip, I still think that based on the squad that is in Australia, Brooks should bat at number 4. So I will have Da Silva 3 and I will have Brooks at number 4. When I research Brooks' test record, this is not a good test record by no stretch of the imagination. You want your top 6 batsmen to be averaging 40 and above, or high 30s in the worst case scenario. Unfortunately, no one in the West Indies team averaged that 40. I'm not talking about Chanderpaul. He only played 1 match and his average is 48. Only 1 match he played. So I'm not talking about Chanderpaul. But the skipper, Brathwaite, who is our best batsman, he is averaging 35. So no one in the West Indies team is having that average of above 40. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Claude Murphy. Good morning. So with Brooks at 7, most of West Indies batsmen are averaging in this 24 range. Now, I'm going to bat him at number 4 in this match. Brooks at number 4 in this match. So it will be Da Silva 3, Brooks at 4. Now, at 5 is Blackwood. Blackwood always want to bat at 5. So I do not have a problem with Blackwood reverting to number 5. That's where he always want to bat. So Blackwood would be at 5. So Chanderpaul, Da Silva, Brooks followed by Blackwood. Now at number 6 would be Chase. Yes, I am promoting Chase to number 6 after making 55 in the second innings of the first test, batting at number 8. I am going to promote Chase to number 6 in this match. Now, I'm putting Chase at 6 because I'm not going to play Myers. I'm not dropping Myers. I'm resting Myers because his shoulder is injured. He will not be able to bowl in this match. And I'm saying that if Myers cannot bowl, I will have to bat Chase at 6. So I'm not dropping Myers. 2 test matches ago, not this one against Australia, the one before this, Myers made 146 for the West Indies. So there's no way I'm going to drop Myers. I'm resting Myers because of his shoulder. So at number 6, I'm going to promote Chase from 8 to number 6. And remember, Chase is a man who has test centuries. So I do not have a problem putting Chase at number 6 and saying, Chase, we expect you to replicate your form in the second innings and even do better. So I will have Chase at number 6. At number 7 is Devon Thomas. Now, Devon Thomas, he comes on a lot of criticism. But this year, I'm going to look at the Devon Thomas first-class statistics this year. This is in regional 4-day cricket for the West in the West Indies. He has played 5 matches. He made 414 runs to be the 3rd leading run scorer in our regional 4-day cricket. And I believe that you have to reward performances in our regional 4-day cricket because that is where the test team is picked from. It's the only form of red ball cricket our cricketers are playing. So if Devon Thomas can be the 3rd leading run scorer, only Brathwaite and Chanderpaul score more runs than Devon Thomas in this year regional 4-day tournament. The Imlach, the Athanays, you name it. He scored more runs than all of them. He scored century. Not only that, Devon Smith is striking at 93. So he's moving the game along. He was our fastest scoring West Indian batsman in 4-day cricket in the last regional tournament that held earlier this year. So I am going to bat Devon Thomas, not Simit, Devon Thomas. I am going to bat him at number 7, and he will be the wicket keeper. He will be the wicket keeper. So Joshua Da Silva batting at 3 will not have the responsibility of wicket keeping. So I'm going to bat Devon Thomas at number 7 in this second test match. I'm going to give him his test debut. This year, he's averaging 59.14. 59.14 is averaging. And as you saw there, as you are seeing there, his strike rate is 93.66 this year. He has a century and 4 half centuries. And we are calling for batsmen who do not have a century in regional cricket. Hattanes have 2 centuries in the regional 1-day cricket, but Hattanes does not have a red ball century. Imlach does not have a red ball century. So I'm going to pick, and let me tell you, I think Hattanes and Imlach are 2 very promising batsmen for the future, but I want to see them score some runs in red ball cricket. I think they need to score some runs, they need to score centuries, and they need to score big centuries in red ball cricket before we can select them. I am saying use this season coming up in February next year to Hattanes and Imlach. I'm looking for those 2 batsmen to perform well. But right now, it is Devon Smith's turn to get his chance and to bat at number 7 for the West Indies and to be the wicket keeper. Look here. His overall average is not so good. It's below 30. As you see there, his overall first-class average is 29.62. But this year, his average is 59. So I agree with picking the man when he's in form. Furthermore, since he was on tour of Australia, against the Prime Minister's 11, he made 8 and 55 against the Prime Minister's 11, batting at number 4. And in the warm-up match, the Curry Goat match that they played, he opened in the second innings and he made 77 and he had 35 in the first innings. So he has performed fairly well since he has been to Australia. So I will be batting Devon Thomas at number 7 in this match. See, I have 11 here. Michael Caine, my 11 for the second test. Brathwaite, Chanderpaul, Thomas, Blackwood, Da Silva, Ola, Chase, Older Roche / Phillips. Caine, where's Joseph? So he's asking, good morning, Sheldon. So Claude Murphy is asking Caine, where is Joseph? Good. Well, at number 8 in my 11 will be Jason Older. And I'm saying this. Jason Older is batting at 8 because I'm telling Jason Older that you are playing as a bowler who can bat. Now, and the only reason why I'm playing Jason Older in this match is because Mayers is not fit to bowl. If Mayers was fit to bowl, I would not play Older in my 11. I would not play Older in my 11. Now, I've spoken a lot about Roach away performance. And somebody said to me, why are you bashing Roach so hard? And I am not bashing anyone because I don't have anything against these players. I just talk their statistics and I analyze it. So it's not a personal thing. It's putting the information out there. So I would not have played Older. Now, since Older have scored 2,601 runs in Test cricket, 57 matches, averaging 30.24. He has 3 centuries and 11 50s. He has taken 142 wickets in 57 matches at 28.8 apiece. Now that, it is said that when you're called an all-rounder is when your batting average is higher than your bowling average. And in this case, Jason Older batting average is higher than his bowling average. So he's a genuine all-rounder. In cricketing terms, he's a genuine all-rounder. In cricketing matrix, he's a genuine all-rounder. But a person said to me, have you looked at Older array record? You're talking about Roach getting on the 72 wickets in 31 matches away, and his bowling average is 39, and against Australia it is 200. So have you look at older? So I look at older statistics. In Australia, Older have played 4 matches and they have gotten only 2 wickets. And those 2 wickets comes at 147.5 runs apiece. That's Older record in Australia. After 4 matches in Australia, Older have only gotten 2 wickets. Do I have something against Older? No, I don't have anything against Older. I like the chap. I don't have anything against him. I think he's one of the most decent guys in the team. I think he's a leader of the team. I think he's one of the most level-headed guy in the team. But that is his record in Australia, and that is what I'm talking about. That cannot change. That is what he did. Away from the West Indies, Older have played in 22 matches and only gotten 36 wickets. And his average away from the West Indies is 46.75. So generally, our bowling away from the West Indies, with the people who are expecting to take the wickets, is not good as we thought. And I need to dig a little deeper to see how many bowlers that are there who are not getting wickets away from the West Indies. So although all the statistics shows that he's an all-rounder, and he's the number 5 ranked ICC all-rounder in the world, but Older average 30 with the bat and 28.8 with the ball shows that he's an all-rounder. Right? But look at this now. Look at this. That 202 that Older made, he made it in 2019 against England. 2019. Since then, Older have played 21 test matches since that 202 in 2019. He has played 21 test matches and he has only 350s in those 21 test matches. Now, look at that. Would he be able to play in any other test team with 350s in 21 test matches? Only 3 times since making that 202 not out against England in the second innings have he passed 50. And when it comes to wicket, in all the last 5 test match, I'm not talking about 5 innings, in all the last 5 test matches, you have only gotten 5 wickets in all. Only 5 wickets in all Older have got in his last 5 test match. I'm not talking about 5 in one match now. I'm talking in the 5 test matches, bowling in 10 innings. Older have only picked up 5 wickets. In 2 of those matches, he has got no wicket. In fact, in his last 15 test matches, there are 5 matches that Older went without getting a wicket. These are Older statistics. It's not something that I chumped up in my brain. In his last 15 matches. Now, what's the problem with Older? I think that Older should not be playing all 3 forms of the game for West Indies. I think he should stop playing ODI cricket. That is my suggestion. For him to get back to his very best when he was getting wickets and making a lot of runs for the West Indies, and he was one of the genuine all-rounder. And you will recall, well, maybe that time there wasn't the cricket forum, but for years, for about 5-6 years, I have been saying that Older is the best batsman in the West Indies team. But this statistics doesn't show that now. In his last 21 test matches, he has only passed 50 on 3 occasions. The only reason why Older is in my 11 to play the second test match is because I'm not playing Myers because of his injury. At number 9, obviously, I will have Joseph at number 9. Now, Roach have an hamstring issue. Roach has an hamstring issue, and with the second test so quick to the first test, I will not play Roach because I would not want him to break down. I would not want him to break down in the second test and we are a bowler short. I will also not play Seals because Seals have an injury, a nigger within his left knee. So I will not play Seals because of the nigger that he has in his left knee. He has a problem with his left knee. And I will not play Roach because of the hamstring injury. So my 11 for the second test in batting order. This is my 11 for the second test in batting order. Brathwaite, Chanderpaul, the silver 3. He will not be keeping the wicket. I'll promote him to bat at 3. Brooks will be at 4. Blackwood at 5. Chase at 6. Thomas at 7. Holder at 8. Joseph at 9. Phillips and Minley. Now, maybe these are the only 11 fit players we have in Australia. And maybe the only change that would make to this 11 is probably the batting order. But with Seals have a knee problem, Roach have an hamstring issue, I would not risk him. Mayers have a shoulder problem, and Bonner was hitting the head and had a concussion problem. I would not play him so quickly again. So maybe these are the only 11 fit players, completely fit players we have in Australia. So more than likely, this will be 11 that will start. Maybe the batting order will not be as I put it, but I'd really like to see they trying the silver at number 3, especially if Thomas is playing. Give Thomas the gloves. This would be my 11, and I would have Thomas as my wicket keeper for the second test. This 11, I think, can win the second test. Let's look at your comments. My 11. Okay. Ken, where is Joseph in your 11? Where's Joseph? Back in Antigua? No, Joseph is there. He will play in the 11. What about playing Minley? The pitch is expected to be quick, one, and yes, but I have Minley in my 11. I have Minley in my 11, Claude Murphy. Let me put back my 11 on the screen, Claude Murphy. Just put it back on the screen. This is my 11. Minley is in my 11. Phillips. And as I said, these may well be the only 11 fit players we have in Australia, as Roach have an hamstring problem. Seals have a left knee problem. Mayers have a shoulder problem. It is said that Mayers can play as a batsman, but he will not be able to bowl. I would not want to risk him because I would not want to leave the bowling short. And so I would not play Mayers. I'll play Holder instead. If Mayers was able to bowl, I would not play Holder. I think Holder deserves a drop because he has not been in all the last 5 test matches. Holder have only got the 5 wickets in all. 1-1-3-0-0. That's it in Islam. I'm not talking about innings. I'm talking about the match, both innings. So 10 times, in the last 10 times that Holder bowled for the West Indies, he has only gotten 5 wickets. So the only reason why Holder is in this team is that because Mayers is unable to bowl. Otherwise, I would not have Holder in my team. Say, what Murphy Joseph bats at number 9. Yes, I have Joseph Kane. Okay, I believe you forgot him. Let's say Holder's gained a lot of weight. He looks kind of sluggish. Well, what someone has been saying to me is that is Holder dip in test form coincide with he starting to get some lucrative contract in the IPL. Remember, initially, Holder was not drafted in the IPL. And when Sunrisers Hyderabad picked him in 2020, it was as a replacement player. The tournament was already started. So I was told that I should do the research to see if Holder dropped off in form coincide with he being selected in the IPL. And I'm going to do the research and see. So my playing 11 and my batting order for the second test. Incidentally, the second test starts tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Jamaica time, 12 midnight in the Eastern Caribbean. So the match starts 12 midnight Wednesday night in the Eastern Caribbean and 11 p.m. in Jamaica. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I'm going to see how this match up with the 11 that West Indies is going to pick. I don't think they should pick injured players. These are the 11 fit players that are in Australia according to report. And they should go with the fit players. You cannot be playing Australia and start the match with players who are not fit. I think you pick your fit players players who are healthy. Thank you everyone for tuning in. May God bless you. Please slash a like on the video, share and subscribe. Have a great day and see you tomorrow morning.